What's good, people? It's the Rap Roundtable here. Your boy Jarv, Sincere the Rap Snob, Diddy the Balance, the homie Mace. We just need y'all to like, share, and subscribe when you tap into the videos. We're trying to reach 10K subs, and with your help, we can definitely do that. Especially people who watch the videos and don't sub. You watching, we appreciate it, but the subs help us run it up even more. For our people who are already sub, make sure you hit that bell right next to the subscribe option. Pick all. When you pick all, it allows us to feed you what you need to get from us immediately. If you don't hit all, you'll get it when YouTube decides to give it to you. But if you hit all, you get the streams, you get the community posts, you get our regular uploads, you get everything. Hit all, help us run these numbers up, 10K, build a Rap Roundtable brand. Tap in with us. Peace.
The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. It's been a hectic time in hip-hop, and if you've been following this podcast, we've been covering all the news, especially the Nas corner of the news. Magic 2 week has been everything we thought it would be.
Nice.
And now we hear the dust is settling, and we owe it to you guys to remain the most dangerous, the most influential, the most inspirational, the most stream snipe podcast, number one podcast in New York for hip hop, the Rap Roundtable.
Sir,
I love to hate us.
the blueprint.
You already know the blueprint. That's dope.
Yes.
You already know it's your boy Jarv here, alongside Sincere the Rap Snob.
What up? What up?
Alongside Dini the Chef.
Oh shit!
Ah,
I think it's the chef
Yeah.
took me, made him force me with you, nigga.
Because we cooking tonight. And of course, the homie Maze, the voice of the industry.
Yes, sir.
We got the chef in the industry in the building tonight, so you already know what angle this whole podcast is going to be on tonight.
Cook.
You know what I'm saying? You can find the Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, Twitter.
All right.
The beat you hear in the background is made by your boy Sincere the Rap Snob. He makes beats.
Holla at him.
Real quick to all the people who've been throwing the supers, all the new subscribers, everybody who's been hitting the like button. Salute to y'all. We appreciate y'all. Put one up for those people who've been supporting us, fellas. Let's
Yes.
put the cups
Salute,
together.
Hey, man, that's for y'all.
Salute to y'all.
Yes, sir.
And of course, as always,
We are tonight's entertainment.
so fellas,
Yes, sir.
the Rap Roundtable, as I said earlier, has been covering a lot of this Magic 2 release. I want to say it was a bit of a surprise album. We knew Nas was going to drop in 2023. I don't think we thought it would be a summer release.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, like we said on the reaction, the Book of Hove thing is moving how it's moving. There was a bit of a teaser before the unveiling of the Book of Hove, and then the official gauntlet was dropped the Monday after Book of Hove weekend. Nas said, pardon me, sir, get the fuck out the way. I've been doing this shit. I've been controlling the space while you drop a couple of features that get a little bit overrated. You know what I mean? I've been dropping these albums, right?
Says summer is mine.
Some is shit. Apparently.
Basketball season.
Apparently.
Summer on Smash.
So,
indeed.
that being said, the album is out. A few days have passed.
Yeah.
You look around on the internet, and the reaction is a bit mixed, albeit polarizing. You know what I'm saying? I felt like when we did our reaction, I don't think we all said the album was good.
Yes.
Nobody jumped out of the window and was like, yo, this is the best thing since whatever, right?
Right.
But I gotta be 100. I'm not necessarily surprised at the polarizing response to the album. Some people are jumping all the way out the window. The primo truthers are saying, see that? You know what I mean? The large pro professors, the Salam Remy professor, whatever.
Leroy.
Yeah, I mean, they are all. Get the drinks Leroy. Yeah, I mean, Leroy, what up? Wait,
LG.
all the
Yeah.
truthers are saying that this is the album that proves that Hit Boy has to go. Some people are saying it's just not it. The beats are whack, the rapping ain't there. And now that we've had a little bit of time to digest this project, you know, how do we feel in totality, fellas? Chat. How do you guys feel? Put it in there. Let's talk about this as a family.
Yeah.
So when we did the reaction, Sincere, we gave him the main event treatment. I feel like it's only right that the Rap Snob goes first, now that he's had some more time to digest this project.
Yeah, I have. And I've spun it a few more times since then. And I mean, I guess my consensus is, it like we said, it's good. And there's nothing wrong with it just being good. I think we live in an age today where everything is so polarized. Everything is so,
this show
one
shit.
Right.
Yeah.
One extreme or the other extreme, where like if you say something is good, then the super stands are gonna be like, what you mean is just good. It's great. It's classic. It's one of the best albums of all time, and it's not that, right? And then when you say something is good, the haters that hate, right, and they just got hate in their blood, they're gonna be like, oh, you being a stan, like it's trash, and it's not that either. You know what
nuance.
I mean? There's no nuance, no gray area for a lot of y'all out there. The album is good. If I'm gonna be honest, right, it doesn't quite live up to the expectations that Hit Boy and Nas have set for us. They've spoiled us. You know what I mean? They have spoiled us with near classic to classic material, right? And everything is at least great enough, 4 mics and up. You know what I mean? And to me, as I've said in the past already, it was a steady ascent for me, right? 4 to 425 to 4.5 to 5 mics with KD3. I thought KD3 was damn near flawless, if not flawless. You know what I mean? So if they put some material out that's not that, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. Everything can't be classic. Everything can't be perfect. You know what I mean? Everybody reaches their point where like maybe they take a little dip. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But that's how I feel about the album. I think it's good. I think Nas is still rapping his ass off. If anything, maybe Hit Boy's production may not have been as dynamic to me, as exciting as some of the past projects. Maybe he's saving some of his, A-list material for a Benny the Butcher project. Who knows, right? But that's my take on it. I think it's a good album. Like I said in our reaction, everything from here on out is just cherry on the sundae. It's just paintings on the wall. You know what I mean? The house is built, the foundation is there. You got like a 5-story mansion out this motherfucker.
Walk-in closets,
swimming pools inside,
acres
and everything
in the backyard.
Like already, it's all set. Everything is just window dressing.
Shit looks like the cover of the KD1
They ain't got
album.
nothing else to prove. If you dig it, fuck with it. If you don't dig it, it's cool. You know what I mean? But that's where I'm at.
Macito, talk to me.
Just like you say, nuance needs to be added to it, right? I think that and Nas fans can attest to this, there's always kind of like a split decision on Nas albums, you know what I mean? Especially these Hit Boy albums, right? Because there's still, those Vietnam, vets that's still sitting out there like, what about Primo? What about Pete Rock? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's still those guys out there. So, I feel like Nas is a very polarizing artist in general. You know what I mean? I feel like there's never, other than like Illmatic, has there ever been consensus on a Nas album? You know what I mean? Honestly, there's, and this is,
written was polarized.
There's a loud majority that'll say the album is really good, but there's always that segment that's like, nah, it's not it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And sometimes it seems like it may come from a place of hate, and sometimes it may seem like a place of like, we want better for you, right? There's those people who are like, yo, it was written verse 5, you know what I mean? Song 3, but ain't no 5th verse, but y'all understand what I'm saying. But, I agree with Sin. It's a good album, right? Like, when you coming off of, I know people love KD3 more than Magic. I'm the Magic guy, bro. Like, Magic is one of the best albums of all time to me. So when you coming off of that, especially naming it Magic 2, there's gonna be certain expectations. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I want to applaud Nas because this is not really his comfort zone, right? From the beats, from the summer album, right? Is Nas like the summer album guy?
Exactly.
The great thing about Magic is it was like that winter Mobb Deep NYC feel. You know what I mean?
Well.
Exactly. So it's like you have to. One thing about the album as well is that it's almost like, like we them guys. You know what I mean? And I don't want to insult, but a lack of hunger in the sense like these dudes, they know they done did it. You know what I'm saying? It's not, they not trying to prove to you like, yo, we them guys anymore. They'd already done proved it. It's like we just having fun in this stew. That's really the vibe that I'm getting from the album. You know what I mean? So in a lot of people's eyes, Nas is the greatest of all time. A growing amount of people actually think Nas is the greatest of all time. So
Including
it's like
Rolling Stones.
exactly interesting, by the way.
Wow, word.
bro.
You know what
That's
I mean?
crazy,
Like
bro.
they thought Invasion of Privacy was better than it was written. But whatever.
Like they're to be trusted. Why the fuck do we care what they think? You know
Why
what I'm
do
saying?
we?
Nasty word.
But
Why do y'all care what they say?
hey man, but at the end of the day, man, I'm not gonna be mad.
Censored.
I'm not
Indeed,
gonna
indeed. Facts.
why did at the end of the day, bro, like I'm not gonna be here and say, hey, I don't like it because it's not this. It's an enjoyable listen. It's not, the best in the catalog, but why does everything, this might not be the best episode we've dropped in our catalog, nigga. Y'all can't kill us for that.
Chill. This is gonna be the best.
It might not. It might not. You know what I mean?
Don't put that energy out.
Listen, man.
We cooking, y'all. We
I'm
cooking.
just saying.
Mason.
Mason showing I'm gonna be as objective as I need
As-
to be for y'all to understand, because you gotta do that, especially on the internet, because if you say one wrong word,
Man.
they'll build a whole narrative around one word. So
Okay.
I ain't mad at Mace right now. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'm a Hovenger, and
house out of
I
one
feel like
Mace.
I insult Hove every week. I'll get mad when y'all call me a Hovenger, bro. I'll be on my big Gipp sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, y'all still be calling me that.
This guy loves Tupac. He can never
Hennessy
love
and
Jay.
enemies,
You know what I mean?
Like, come on.
Only goes together right, man.
But I just say that to say, just to wrap it up, like, listen, I'm not one of those listeners that goes in and listens and say, hey, it's not that. So I appreciate the album. Listen, guys, I understand it might not be the best album in the catalog, but y'all gotta chill. Shit like that is what makes your faves not even want to do this shit anymore. You know what I mean? Nas is good. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
You heard about the 500,000 checks in the mail. You said it, bro. Shouts to Motion, the track of the year, like I said. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, I'm just gonna appreciate that one of our greatest living artists of all time, you know what I mean, dropped another dope album in his catalog. So I won't be mad about that.
Deanie.
Polarizing indeed, man.
Hold on, Deanie. They asked me to turn off the alarm. By the way.
I was gonna say something after Deanie talked. I was gonna fold it into my take, but you damn right I did.
Salute, nigga. Salute, man. Yeah, but
Maybe he's right. Maybe this won't be our best.
maybe it won't. Maybe it's a shit show.
That's crazy, bro.
We gonna cook.
Oh,
But we gonna make it work.
We definitely gonna make it work,
Listen,
man. It's unprecedented, man. First of all, salute to Escobar, man. Salute to Hit Boy for just building this catalog. You know what I'm saying? It's been 3 years of exceptional music, and I gotta keep it a buck, man. Sometimes when you do something so amazing the first few times, like you watch the gymnasts, they land their triple lux, whatever, you know what I'm saying? 4 times back
Shout
to
out to
back.
Simone Biles.
And maybe they take a little stumble on the 5th one. Are we gonna say they're not an exceptional gymnast now? We're gonna shit on
about
their
it.
form.
Talk about
We're
it.
gonna shit on their technique. Nas is still
from
giving
your
you.
from your fucking basement,
You know what I'm saying?
from your arm,
with
from
your lugs boots
fucking
Yeah,
lazy boy.
man.
and
Fuck academics,
and the
huh?
pants
Damn.
that don't fit right.
God.
If you don't live right, they won't fit right.
Wow.
But I think
That's
if-
crazy.
I won't call this a failure at all. But if there's any MC who has the ability to take an L, it would be Nas.
wait, time out. Are you saying that
No,
Magic 2
no.
is an L?
What I'm
For the
no,
sake of
no, I'm not.
these people are
You right,
watching,
you right with the
Deanie.
words. What I'm saying is
Careful now.
it's I don't want to say weaker, but it'll be 5th if I placed it from 1 to 5.
Right.
But people are torturing this shit online,
Yeah,
bro. Like
yeah.
torturing. So I don't wanna cook it, but I wanna say I'm not gonna take away from Nas because this is not as good as KD 1 through 3 or Magic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's still a good body of work. It's just not as that just goes to show you the quality of Nas
That
today.
ass.
Right.
That this shit has been so good
Yeah.
that even though this is not a perfect 10, niggas still want to go ham.
It kind of speaks to where Nas has been at level-wise since 2020, to where that loud majority on the internet can be so up in arms about what Magic 2 isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, first and foremost, like, I love rap. I love that shit. I love being a fan. I love being a Jay-Z fan that argues with Nas fans and because it's like sport. Like you choose your tribe.
You like Jay-Z?
Yeah,
It's competition, man.
You choose your tribe and you go to war. and like as we've had this podcast experience, meeting a lot of these Nas fans and understanding that Esco, they're heavy in the Esco tribe. They will go to war. What I never knew all of these years was how divided the Esco tribe is. Like, I would say there's more division within the Esco tribe than the Hove tribe. You know what I'm saying? Because as we've seen with the Leroy Greens of the world, who might be an agent because he's a Jay-Z fan, but the people, I'm gonna start screenshot shit I see on Twitter and then putting it on the screen when we talk about it, so you don't think we're making this up, because Twitter's really a wild place.
It is, man.
And Nas fans who really are working quadruple overtime to get hit out of here, or just generally want Nas to be something that they grew up on. They want that Nas. They fight hard for that particular artist, but they're still staunch in their fandom of Nas. That tribalism, that slight divide creates these conversations where a motherfucking fan of an act is celebrating that the album isn't as good as he hoped it wouldn't be, so he can say that he was right. That shit is mind-boggling to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cheer for
like self-sabotage.
Right. It's like, you cheer for a football team. Like, I'm a Giants fan. I didn't want the Giants to win last year. I wanted them to get a good draft pick.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how some of these Nas fans in that particular segment is saying, we don't like Hit Boy, so we need one of these albums to not be good so that we can say, see, that one right there. What about the other four? You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
And it's like, again, I love rap. I'm a fan of this shit. You know how hard it is to repeat greatness? Like, nigga, KD3 it's a really great album.
Bro.
I don't think people understand how good some people still don't understand how good that album is. They're still talking about KD2 as the pinnacle of that series. It's KD3. And you asking a person, because he's still human, to now come back 7 months later, 8 months later, and then do it again. Granted, him and Hit Boy are in a good zone. Yeah. But when you hit that high, it's hard to repeat it. It's like going to the park. You get hot, you can't miss. You go to the park the next day, you're not gonna shoot 100% or 90. You might still play well, shoot 60% from the field. That's still a good ass performance. You know what I'm saying? But on that particular moment between, especially Magic leading into KD3, that zone he hit, I don't think he was in that zone on Magic 2. Does that mean that the album isn't great or good? Well, it's not great. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't kill me. It's still a really good album, right? I do like the risks that Hit Boy took and Nas took with the sounds and the aesthetics around it.
Absolutely.
I like pushing forward sonically. I like the flip in the middle, going from having fun to a more serious vibe. But just generally speaking, on a comparative level, it's just not as good as the previous work. That does not mean that it's bad.
And that's perfectly fine.
It's just not as good. Did Nas forget how to rap? No, but rapping is just one part of a rap song. There's the beat, there's the subject matter, there's the breathing, the beats, the way, the pacing, everything about it comes into a body of work. There's a lot of people who feel like if the lyricism is A1, it's a flawless album.
That matters, yeah.
If that's how you view rap, the Rap Roundtable is not here to tell you how to digest hip hop.
Right.
We're telling you as fans how we view the space. And Jarv in particular, not speaking for Sin, Dini, or Mace, is saying it's not just, the rapping is not enough. If that's the case, then give me a bunch of raps on no beat. Once you're giving me the beats, you're talking about mixing, you're talking about pacing, subject matter,
And chemistry.
all of these things were there, but it wasn't pitched to a high level. Now I throw a curveball at the Rap Roundtable and the chat. I'll say that Magic 2 wasn't to the level of the other four on purpose. I don't think it was supposed to be that. To me, this was a gift to the fans. You know what? Fuck it. I'm cooking right now. Here, niggas, it's summertime. We outside. Enjoy this shit.
Feed the fiends.
Because I know y'all gonna run it up anyway, because y'all fuck with me. It's Escobar season.
Yes,
Why is
not a
nobody
fiend.
saying that? No one's looked at that angle on the internet anywhere. Here, niggas, live.
Let me ask you
Right.
to specify that a little more. Are you saying in the sense that they just were having fun in the studio, or do you think this is like a Nas Hit Boy Lost Tape type of situation?
More fun than Lost Tapes. So it was just like, yo, we in a good vibe right now. And he's seeing how that same tribe I talked about earlier, they on the net every day, nigga.
Yes, sir. I seen.
And they defend this man every day. The same people have the same arguments every day. Why not feed them? There's a whole page on Twitter, the Nas outlet page, dedicated to this nigga. You feel me? And they waved that fucking flag. So here, live. Here's this bottle of Hennessy. Pour up. It's a gallon of Henny. Pour up. To me, that's what Magic 2 is. That big gallon of Henny on the block for niggas to live and chill. It's not supposed to be the greatest thing ever. It's just supposed to be a good ass night with your niggas.
I
like
respect that, but for all that, we should just call this shit. What was the other one?
Oh, see, you one of them niggas on the internet.
Nah, I'm not.
See? You one of them niggas. You did pick.
You shouldn't have called it Magic 2.
No, we should have just called it Big Bottle of Henny then. Because,
So you one of them niggas on the internet.
because you're following a regime, bro.
Nah.
Like, all right, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say for whatever reason this got defunct today. The next rap round table niggas better be fire, nigga. Like with no unequivocally fire. You get what I'm saying? Because
That's not reality, bro.
they're stepping in big shoes, dog. You know what I'm saying?
You're 100% right. But in this space, I'm sorry, y'all.
Deanie doesn't like feeling disappointed.
Deanie
I know.
has abandonment issues.
Yo.
And he has real issues.
Lauryn
with
Hill
being
still gets
disappointed.
smoked to this day for abandoning me, man.
Do not let Deanie down, bro.
Do not. Kendrick too. Everyone who's let me down, there's been free smoke, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I really love this shit.
Look,
To me, the magic is in the growth. Like y'all talked about it on the reaction. Magic is not just about the music. It's about where he is in that moment in time. This is a transitional period of Magic. I'm old, but I feel young again. And I'm gonna talk to these young niggas while giving them OG game. Y'all said it.
yeah.
We respect that.
And we gotta look at it like
We love that.
you see
Here's
the
this bottle of Henny. Young niggas, pull up, live, nigga.
right.
I always bring this example up. I think it was Questlove that was being interviewed. And they were asking him like, why, after the success of Things Fall Apart, did they not follow it up with like the exact same thing? And sometimes artists just feel like zagging when everybody expects them to zig. You know what I mean?
Boom.
And that's all it is.
And you know what? That was a great point, Sen. We always, not saying that the people who watch the show are doing that, but there's people who always take for granted the artistic element that goes into shit. Like any artist could drop a classic. Pac has his classic. Rest in peace. Big has his classics. Before they passed away, they didn't try to make the same album twice.
Right.
Why do we never look at it from the human perspective of it's a lot of pressure to try to replicate what I just did.
Right.
No one talks about that.
Over and over and over.
You don't think they went in there and was like, you know what, I'd like to do this again, but it's hard.
Right.
Do I want to? Oh, like Sin said, I'll get bored doing the same shit again. I want to train. You know what I mean?
Still in all, they did it 4 times.
Right.
4 different ways. None of
4
those
different ways, right.
And the Nas and Hit Boy brand at this point is that the next album won't sound like anything you've heard
That
between
part.
them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's like their move, you know, and when we were predicting the album, you know, I feel dumb now not realizing that, but I'm like, none of these shit sound the same, bro. Like, it's a completely different feel. I've never done the put the all albums in shuffle mode, but that's probably an experience, right? Because none of the joints sound the same. And while we talking about brand, we have to remember that Nas, and I don't know if this is hit, I don't know if this is mass appeal, I don't know if this is just age, he's better at branding than ever. One mic and one gun is on there. You know what I'm saying? He's making sure, just like I say, all the sounds are different. And he knows that the brand of Magic will bring you to the project. You know what I mean? So I applaud him for playing the game correctly.
You should buy it. It's good business. Now we gotta ask the question. You brought up the 21 Savage joint. I did see people in the chat talk about it. People on Twitter, Facebook, all of our other platforms, saying that the Magic 2, by way of putting 21 on there, getting that terrible. I'm sorry, because as time has passed, that 50 verse is bad. 8 bars of it. Jeez. But by getting these two guys and placing them on the album, Nas is officially playing the stream game.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not looking to cause any trouble. I just want to make it clear. Like, y'all know when I be stirring the pot and I be a shit starter. On one of the latest episodes of According to Hip Hop, they talked about running the streams up for Nas and understanding that numbers do play a role. I feel like there's a certain segment of people in that Nas tribe, including Keefe, at a certain point in time, who, when the local celebrity rapper fans talked about numbers, they scoffed at it. Numbers didn't matter. It was about the quality. So just for the sake of clarity, Keefe, Nas fans, sincere, because he was one of them. When I met Sin, he was I used to beat Sin about them stats, and he would be like, fuck that, Nas is better. So now that we're here, do the stat we play stream, does that matter now? I'm not saying it does. I'm just asking a question.
I think at this point, this is their 5th album together. At this point in their collective era, in this run, why not play the game?
Okay,
that's how I see it.
Fair play.
You know
I like
mean?
that answer
because, like, you know, not only the KD series aside, Magic to me, even though I slightly, ever so slightly, like KD to be better, but Magic was really that core, that pinnacle of
turning point. You would say?
No, I'm just saying like that core of purity, just like doing it for the love, just doing it for the pure sake of making dope music and giving you that feeling of, you know, back in the day when it was all pure and everything, right? And they did that, and then they followed that up with KB3. It's a fucking monster of an album. Yeah. They've done, like, back to my point, they've done everything they need to do for the fans and the culture. At this point, just let them do what they do. And if they want to play the streaming game, let them play the streaming game. They don't, they don't owe us anything.
Shit.
I'd argue that Nas has been playing the streaming game since he did that feature with Lil Nas X. But I will say this.
Why are you bringing up that? Bro,
Nas did it. You mad at me for bringing it up?
I forgot
you mad at him?
I don't even want to think about the other Nas. You know what I mean?
Mad at me for talking about what the other guy did? But at the end of the day, like, playing the game in 2023, like, once upon a time, playing the game looked like Vanilla Ice. Right. Looked like MC Hammer. You know what I mean? Nowadays, it looked like Future. You know what I mean? It looked like Kendrick. It's to play the game nowadays, you can do it in a much more a cooler way, a way that actually doesn't compromise your artistry. And I feel like Nas is realizing that. So once upon a time, he might have been like, fuck the game, you know what I mean? But I think being around the younger acts, is letting them know, like, nah, we could do it. We could do it the way they like it, but we can still look like fly niggas doing it. You know what I mean? So I think that's the angle that he's playing these days. What do you think, Dan?
I think it's always been about the cash, but it's always been about the hip hop with Nas. You know what I'm saying? I think if there's any person that has the right to let their hair down and step out of their comfort zone and get in their shit, is Nas, bro. Like, Nas is, like I said, I don't want to say the straight arrow, but if there was like a Boy Scout in hip hop from the perspective of purity, it's been Nas, my nigga. Let that nigga step out and get a little vibey, make a few dollars, and really get his shit. Nas always struck me as the type of nigga that just put the music out. He know the people gonna fuck with it, but I'm gonna really see what it's gonna do on the tours when I'm out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So let the nigga collect the residuals and let the nigga tour. Like, it's Nas, bro. Like we said, this ain't no nigga from just the corner of Queens smoking a Philly or some shit. You know what I'm saying? This is Nas Escobar, man. Let that nigga have his run.
And also to put a cap on that, I think it also speaks to how comfortable he feels within himself. Because I feel like sometimes when people don't feel 100% comfortable, in their in their industry or whatever it is that they do, they create like these ideals for themselves that they have to stick to in order to allow themselves to feel comfortable doing what they're doing. I think at this point now, Nas like feels more comfortable than ever, and he's just like, yeah, you know what? Let me not take this shit so serious. And if I've got to play the game, I'll play the game. Fuck it, man. Fuck those, ideals that I created for myself.
And you know what? I'll take it a step further. I think the reality is, as he's gotten older, if you're gonna make music and you're not selling it out your trunk, especially now that you have your own label, you're not signed to somebody where you can say, fuck them dudes in the office. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing mass appeal, this is my shit. I'm putting things out at a high clip, and the game is what it is. Because again, we talked about it here on the pod a lot. The music industry is designed in a way where if you want any kind of success, you gotta play the game. Yeah. There's no way to say I'm too real for whatever the fuck. Back in them days when you was moving hard units and niggas could not create an algorithm to fudge your numbers, now I was just moving 300 or 400K first week. Fuck the game, because my niggas is gonna buy my shit. But then once that one unit, it only accounts for like a percentage of a unit.
1,500.
You know what I'm saying? You have no choice but to do the necessary, we'll call it, to make sure that your residuals, as you called it, hit the way they're supposed to hit. And in the era, not to say Nas has a 360 deal, but I don't even know what tour money looks like anymore in 2023.
Honestly.
So maybe you need the streaming money to combine with the tour money. And if that means playing the game, if we're fans, and one thing we talk about here at the Rap Roundtable, if you're a fan of the person, take the journey with them. If Nas has decided, you know what, I need a couple of clicks, why the fuck not? Here's 21. Shit, if Kendrick Lamar could put the Heart Part 5 on this album after it dropped to run them streams up, sorry, Sin, you know what I'm saying? Then why can't Nas put one mic, one gun on there and run his numbers up? Fucking 21, one of the most streamable niggas in the world. Fuck that.
Drake.
And if you got a problem with Nas playing the game in 2023, get out your fucking mother's basement and realize that when we were kids and I could go buy one and it cost $20 and it hit the same, we not in that space no more. Move on. Support the nigga supporting himself. The fuck we talking about?
Trade your South Pole for some Nike Texas.
Cop a polo hoodie, nigga. Shit. Let that nigga do what he do. Cause it's so weird. Like he's not supposed to play the game. Fuck that. Y'all bench yourself so much into a person that stats matter now, right? Then let that nigga play the game.
Go clock in.
So that y'all could talk y'all shit as a tribe when he do run the numbers up. Fuck.
See, it's weird how people play that. You know what I'm saying? You don't sell nothing. You being real. You sell something. You gotta sell. You gotta go platinum. It's crazy how the game flip.
It's crazy.
I'm not trying to be a politician, right? But there was a show on Netflix during the pandemic, Black as Fuck. And the title of each episode has something to do with slavery. Everything, the common denominator goes back to that. And I feel like a lot of times with us, how we think, us as a people, when we get too much, it's because of the systemic programming that's way above us that makes us think that we're not supposed to have that shit. But I'm gonna stop right there because I don't want to get demonetized.
Scared of success.
You know what I mean?
No, that might be for the Patreon.
That might be for the Patreon.
That's
John
you,
talks
man.
a lot of shit, but I'm pro-black as
Beneath
fuck.
the surface.
You know what I mean?
Beneath the surface.
But anyway.
I like that one.
Like the Umar.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So Lupe Fiasco, on the date that Magic 2 dropped a Lucy, a little single titled Rockefeller, y'all. So in the past, the talk has been that anytime Nas had a drop on deck, here come the local celebrity rapper trying to get in his way. Sometimes he uses his wife as a shield to get in Nas's way. But somehow or the other, the local celebrity rapper is in the way. Now Magic 2 drops. Lupe Fiasco drops a song called Rockefeller, y'all.
Yeah.
Is Lupe Fiasco a gun for hire, Deanie? That's your man's. We coming to you first.
This is all weird to me, man, because he's a super Nas fan. Like the nigga say he started rapping because he heard it was written. So all this is kind of
favorite album ever.
Yeah. So this is
And got his name from Fur Fiasco.
bro. This is all weird to me. I don't see what's maybe it's literally just so we can talk about it. And I love Lupe, but it just why? Where did this come from, bro? It don't line up for me. Not from Lupe. It don't make sense. I mean, the song is cool. Don't get me wrong. The bars are tough. But it just, where's this coming from, bro?
It's good, but not enough.
From Rock Nation, apparently.
It's not, bro. Like, this is Lupe Fiasco. Like, if you tell it, it's almost like Memphis Bleak going against Hove. It don't make no sense to me, but I'm sure there's a story in it, bro. If you start your whole wave according to what somebody else done, that's the person that's giving you your energy.
No, bro.
That's okay. Not right hand man as far as like life, but I'm like, this the person that gave you rap life.
That's like Meek going against Ross. I don't know about Bleak.
Oh, okay.
Bleak
Bleak is a different. Bleak is it's been like 30 years. You're right, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's weird. It don't make sense to me. I can't put two and two together where this would come from. Maybe y'all know more than I do on this.
What do you think about the song though?
I think it's cool. I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I feel like I was a little lyrical schmirical to death. I don't know how y'all felt about
From Lupe, but you're a Lupe fan.
I am, but like, bro, there's still levels of lyrical schmirical I'm willing to tolerate and not tolerate. This was a little too lyrical schmirical for me, where the bars meant more, the lyrics meant more than the actual song. If you get what I'm saying, it was a lot of word jogging. I respected it, but did it make me say, oh damn, those bars made this such a great song? It didn't make me feel like
I
that.
actually thought he was a little more palatable with his delivery.
What?
Than he usually is. He's usually a lot more dense and
He had that bounce
esoteric.
in there. Yeah. Yeah.
I think he was a little more palatable with his delivery. What I find, and y'all let me know if I'm wilding, right? Just stop me. Like you bugging. But okay, so Nas drops. Lupe decides to drop a Lucy. The production, to me at least, sounds Hit Boyish.
Mm-hmm.
The beat sounds like something that would have been maybe on KD2 or KD3, right? Somewhere along those lines. Then I'm listening to his flow, and this is where I'm saying, like, his flow sounded like he was kind of emulating Nas's delivery a little bit. It sounded a little Nas-ish to me. You know what I mean? And to drop it all on the same day and then call it Rockefeller, I think Lupe wants to put himself in the conversation of how people are talking about Nas, right? He, within our realm, within our ilk, you know what I mean? We talk about lyricists, top lyricists, you know what I mean? We put out a whole list and everything. And, we saw how Ransom has reacted to his placement on the list.
Ransom
and now
is really salty. If you go on Twitter and you go to his timeline, he's very salty about
and again, stop me if I'm wilding, but I think that Lupe might feel a little slighted that he's not being held to the same esteem as Nas is during this Hit Boy run. And I think this song, title and everything, is a statement. Put me in this conversation. I belong.
Mace, I was gonna pass it to you, but Sin made such a good point that I feel like I gotta double down on his point. After what Sin said, Lupe was clout chasing. Why not do that shit? Because
play the game.
You can't be in the conversation
if you're not.
If you got playing drill music in Zion, outside of drill music in Zion, throughout this window of Hit Boy and Nas, has there been any other releases from Lupe? I'm not talking out loud.
I'm pretty sure
as far as album wise.
So you put down the samurai sword. you stop playing Street Fighter 6 for a second. You drop this song on the same day. You looking for smoke. You clout chasing. One minute you arguing with niggas about the Quran on Twitter. The next minute you dropping a song called Rockefeller, y'all. And at first I could say like he was a gun for hire, but after thinking about what Sin said, Hove wouldn't tap Lupe for that. You know what I'm saying? Hove wouldn't tap, at this point, Hove is not tapping anybody because Hove and Nas are having a completely different conversation. I believe that 110%. You got to catch the little bars when they rap, them specifically when they rap, because I believe the Fredo bar was a Hove diss because he's saying Hove could never be Michael because I could have took you out when I let you live, Fredo. Hove is Fredo to Nas. Hove always been Fredo to Nas. If you go back to the God Did verses, there was some little jabs in there too. These niggas are having a whole different conversation. So I take back what I said. Rock Nation has nothing to do with this. Lupe Fiasco is the clout chaser because he knows that if motherfuckers see that song on this date, the same Nas tribe, the connected thread in this whole conversation, they're gonna go chase this man down. What the fuck you talking about, Lupe? Why you sucking Jay? You know how they get. They mad disrespectful. But them Nas fans are very disrespectful.
Out of fucking line.
When they think Jay-Z is involved, absolutely.
Oh my God. Go ahead, Mace.
Listen, I'm not going to applaud Nas for a whole segment on playing the game and then denigrate Lupe for playing the game. Listen, if we gonna play the game, let's play the game. You know what I mean?
Clout chasing though, Mace.
You know, clout chasing is a form of playing the game. You know what I mean? That's just, So I'm not mad at that. Listen, Deanie, I'm a little disappointed in you, man, because I feel like a kinship with you being a Lupe fan at the table. I feel about Lupe the way these niggas feel about Black Thought. That's the way I feel about Lupe. You know what I'm saying?
Extra lyrical.
He's the one, when it comes to lyricism. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, excellent song. Fantastic lyricism like Lupe usually does. As far as is he like a gun for hire? I don't know, because another thing is, and this is why I always thought that you were a Lupe fan. Lupe is like the original Deanie. Like, he can't decide whether he likes Jay-Z or Nas better. Like, he really can't, bro. He can't. Like he
That's some new
says,
shit.
he says it was written is his favorite album ever, but he calls himself
That's
like
crazy.
the Hove that didn't sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like if Hove wasn't a drug dealer, he thinks he would be. Lupe thinks he would be Jay if Jay didn't sell drugs.
Hove was on the first album.
You feel what I'm saying? And let's delve even deeper, right? Like I'm an internet nigga. You know, I came up off them days. Like we all remember the rumors of Lupe being in the Black Album sessions. We all remember those rumors that Lupe might have assisted a pen. You know, these are all internet rumors. I know the chat is gonna go crazy because y'all be on point with it. So Lupe and Jay have always had a link.
You could say Lupe had one of the greatest rollouts for a new nigga ever. All the lore that was attached
Jay-Z
to him.
executive produced
Co-signing
Food and Liquor,
and
if
everything.
y'all remember. Hov did that. He had the verse on what's the joint on Food and Liquor?
It's my life. Everything I do.
I forgot the name of it. And
That
Dini
joint
did it too.
with the
But y'all go check it out.
With the pressure.
Pressure.
With
There you
the
go.
eagle, with the bald eagle joint.
Yeah, so Lupe and Hov have had connections since the beginning of Lupe's career. So listen, it wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility. Not that Hov might have sent them out, but that we said. I think we spoke not too long ago that sometimes somebody out of allegiance to you will just do something just to show it. You know what I mean? In a public display. You know what I mean?
So he Jimmy?
Hey, you know, he's the Jimmy. You know, real
Like-
shit. He's
I can't believe that.
Jimmy in this
dog. I can't
situation.
believe that.
you
Wow.
know, so
It's all right. Not for
That's
Lupe.
crazy.
So you
bro.
saying on behalf of the Godfather, when Lupe tried to get elevated to capo by taking a veiled shot at Nas on Magic 2 Day? Is that what we saying?
and I think so, and I'll go as far as to this that if there's
Speculation here
anyone
on the Rap Roundtable.
that is
Chatty Patty.
hey man, that's what we
the
do.
chatty boys in the
You know
building
what
right now,
I
boy.
mean? You know? Go ahead and clip that too, Tiz. You know, listen, man, at the end of the day, like if anybody is lyrically equipped to battle with the A tier, it's Lupe. So I appreciate this at the end of the day.
Now I'm mad at Dini. Dini, we all here had real firm takes.
Bro.
And Dini the politician tap danced through this whole segment.
I wasn't digging the
Barely
record
wanted
like
to tell
that.
us if the song was good. Barely told us what his angle was with this whole
Wasn't digging
shit.
it, man. I wasn't digging the record like that. It really, to me, it
like
really kind of felt like a jogging record.
Uh.
Like Lupe is like the lyricist, bro. There's bars you could walk home with. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get that from this record. This just felt like a clout chase. Just name the shit something against Nas, and I just put it out and make people speculate. But I didn't walk away with the bars like I usually walk away with.
It's genius marketing when you look at it from that perspective. I get it.
And that's not Lupe. Lupe ain't not no genius marketer.
Hey,
That
man.
nigga's a rapper.
That's not
you know
what
I'm
Royce
saying?
the 5'9" thinks.
Well,
If he ain't want that smoke, he didn't want the Nas smoke.
well,
You know what I'm saying?
real quick before we move on, let's take a quick intermission. Everyone who's in the chat right now, hit the like button. Please. After you do that, I would say over 65% of the people who watch the Rap Roundtable are not subscribed. Y'all watch consistently, but you don't hit that subscribe button. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 7K subs. We need that. We appreciate the support because, again, you are tuning in. We're part of your algorithm. YouTube, make sure the place is on your timeline when we drop. But subscribing helps our business. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Also, roundtablemerch.com. You see these hats are back. We re-upped on the hats. The website is live. Go to the website. Copy one of these. You got 2 flavors to choose from. In the future, maybe we'll add more flavors. But right now, these are the 2 flavors. Support the brand by copying these hats and helping us expand our reach. You know, you go somewhere and somebody see rocking, what's the Rap Roundtable? Then you can tell them about the podcast that you listen to every couple of days. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Tap in with the Rap Roundtable. Like, subscribe, cop the merch. You know what I'm saying? And Nas, we need some magic merch.
Yes.
Where's the merch?
Where's the merch,
We
gang?
need that.
We need a t-shirt or some shit.
Marketing.
You
Let's
feel
get
me?
it at the concert in September.
Now,
They want that wand.
shit. Shit. Niggas will cop it though.
Niggas would cop it just to say they had it.
do some flash like a wand stem play with a couple of joints
Oh,
from Magic
yes.
1 and 2.
Yeah, that shit sitting
She'll
in
be
the crib.
fire.
The
I just gave y'all an idea.
The Wem player.
Come
I'm
on,
dead,
bro.
bro.
Man.
Well, but like we gotta kill the mood now, guys.
Let's do it.
Dude.
So the Gipper,
The big Gipper.
Big Gipp,
Sheesh.
Big Gipp is back on the Art of Dialogue.
Nah, let me put the drink down.
Prepared for that, man. The big
Warm up for this one.
And he's talking about the notorious B.I.G.
Yo, leave us alone.
Stemming from the conversation about Ice Cube and Biggie Smalls. So before we get into Big Gipp, you know, shout out to Walton the Cut. Walton know what time it is.
My God.
Big Walt.
I noticed something with the Biggie and Cube conversation that I want to bring to the table before we get into Gipp's comments.
Okay.
I noticed that when it came down to discussing Better with Big and Cube, a lot of people were running to Cube's resume, what he's done in rap, what he's done outside of rap. What does that have to do with bars?
I mean,
Maybe Cube is greater in let's talk about it for a second. Maybe Cube is greater in hip hop. Maybe just based on his resume, he's alive to do it. Big got his life cut short. Rest in peace. So we don't know what Big would have done. But if we talking about rapping better, what does Ice Cube acting have to do with being better at writing bars than Biggie? Can someone answer that for me? Because I'm confused.
I don't know. Ask a certain segment of Jay-Z fans. I don't know. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying a certain segment of Jay-Z fans
What?
who will have the same line of reasoning. They'll be like, yo, like, Jay-Z is a businessman. Like, he's worth billions. Like, he married Beyonce. Like,
How many arguments have we had? How many times did I bring that shit up?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you. But there is a segment of Jay-Z
Just the
fans
bars.
out there.
You're right. And they're
that will do
dumbasses.
the
Fuck
same
them.
thing.
I don't even talk to them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
The platinum argument, man.
But I mean, yeah, like your point stands. Like it doesn't have anything to do with, the music, the bars, the skill set. You know what I mean? The delivery, the flow, the cadence, the jams that we jam out to. You know what I mean? Like all those movies. Like, look, Friday is absolutely one of my favorite movies of all time.
Classic.
Friday's a perfect movie. I'm not gonna look at that and be like, oh, I'm gonna. That's a point for Cube on the Cube versus, Biggie debate. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all.
So, Big Gipp now. He says Biggie wasn't bigger than DMX.
Wow.
He learned more from Tupac than Biggie. Eminem is the closest to Tupac. We're not really gonna get into the M conversation right now. That's not why the people are here.
Thank you.
But Biggie wasn't bigger than DMX. He also was in the camp of being a Southerner. He was able to see both sides of the East and the West Coast, and he felt like Cube is better / greater than Biggie. Since the Rap Snob, you are the resident Biggie fan.
Yes.
What do you say to these Gipp takes?
The big Gipper, man.
Gipper.
You gotta leave us alone, man. Like who keeps tapping him for these interviews? Like, that's what I want to know.
Art of Dialogue.
Was it them again?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
My boy Art.
But
Fresh off
look,
interviewing Tupac's dad.
So I'm noticing something. I'm noticing a trend here, right? And I'm gonna go out and say, Big Gipp is giving me heavy South Pole, heavy in the basement.
Oh no.
Energy.
Oh no.
I think in the South they wore gerbos.
Yeah.
Whatever the
Jeezy.
You know what's funny?
Nah, don't put your butt.
No, I'm with
Those had to run up here too.
I'm with Mace right now because I remember them Jabot pants with the straps had one season in New York. One.
They had a run.
And when you go down south, them niggas have flavors of them bitches over years.
With the Timbs.
So yeah, nigga, it was Jabot.
Nah, but the same Southpaw energy that we get from a certain segment of people that we talk about, that's the same energy I'm getting from Big Gipp. And what I'm realizing is that, especially for a certain segment of people from his area, like, I don't want to cause any stirs or whatever, but they only look at New York for one aesthetic, right? I almost feel like when they look at New York, if it's not that cruddy, that grimy energy, then they don't fuck with it. Like New York, and shouts to B-Dot. because he did make this point a while ago, so I'm gonna give credit where it goes.
Oh, here you go.
But no. Look, we're all fair here. We're all fair.
Where is my?
Get rid of this guy.
What are you doing?
Look, New York was home of the fly lifestyle shit. You know what I mean? And so like I almost feel like certain people look at New York and they're like, if it's not hardcore, if it's not grimy, like a DMX,
raw,
they're not fucking with it. You know what I mean? So now here's Gipp. First it was Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z's overrated. Jay-Z is not as dope or as nice as people make him out to be. Now he's coming for Big. DMX, and they always go to DMX. This is a patented move from these guys. We see it all over the internet. It's always like Jay-Z was not as big as DMX. Now Biggie wasn't as big as DMX, right? It's always DMX because DMX embodied that more grimy sort of raw energy, right? And y'all just gotta accept that New York was also on some fly shit. You know what I mean? All the way back to Big Daddy Kane, all the way back to LL Cool J, all the way back to Curtis Blow. We always been on some fly shit. Like, why y'all always hating on the New York fly shit? Like, we taught y'all how to be fly, to keep it a buck. So if y'all gonna be mad, y'all gonna have to stay mad. Because we some fly motherfuckers up here, and we taught y'all how to be fly.
New York Bias 3 is on the way. Deanie, go ahead, bro. That was shit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Same kind of
flame on
cannabis that joint. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man. I think at some point in Gipp's life, man, he came to the East Coast, joined the dice game, and they had that nigga butt naked like Ashy Larry or something, man. There's a real vendetta here against the East Coast, man. Like, my brothers just talked about it when we were talking about who was better. Granted, not to take nothing away from Ice Cube. Ice Cube is a whole legend. But the way he made it sound like there's not enough body of work, nigga, Biggie, you got more music than Big. Nobody's looking at you in that light. You know what I'm saying? So it can't just be a who has more music kind of thing. It's the way Biggie shit was pretty flawless, bro. When you add the voice, the cadence, the delivery, the breath control for a nigga that was heavy like that, it was flawless, bro. The way he was able to like really just find them pockets. We don't like when we talk about Ice Cube, we don't really talk about him in no sense. I never had a conversation. You heard the pockets Cube was hitting? Like, I never heard that. Niggas respected the bars, niggas respected the tone. Yeah, street shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. No Vaseline, one of the greatest hip hop disses ever. But yeah, I'm talking about as far as just pure rapping, like two niggas just on the corner rap. I'm going with Biggie, dog. Like, and that's nothing against Cube. Like I said, I hate the situations where you have to kind of go against people you dig. Right. You know what I'm saying? In order to defend someone else you dig. But I'm sorry, man. As far as this pure rapping, Biggie might be the best nigga to ever purely rap. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. To me. So this whole debate is kind of crazy.
List.
It is, bro. Like, just the way he touched every pocket of on a rap record, man.
Best pure rapper. Big is in that conversation.
Yeah.
Like 5 people.
Kiss is in that conversation.
Kiss is up there.
And
Nas
definitely in that conversation.
You know, like just pure shooters, pure rappers, bro.
I'm trying to think. There's a West Coast act we're forgetting. Scarface is in that conversation. Yeah. I know it's somebody from out west with Kendrick. I'm sorry, he's in the conversation. As far as pure skill set, he's in the conversation.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And most classic album.
If there was ever a list, If there was ever a list, we might do. I didn't miss that one. It would be about pure rapping, not about albums and sales. Just about
controversy and beef and all that shit.
Straight skill set. But nevertheless, we go to Big Gipp for me. As a content creator in the space, I get very mad when I hear Gipp talk, but I'm at a point now where I'm convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that Gipp has a person like Walt in the room, and I'll come now, but yo, Walt, watch what I'm about to say right now. You dig?
Yeah.
I don't think Gipp believes about 45% of what he says. But I think Gipp understands that nobody wants to hear his music. Notice that he did all the Jay-Z slandering as part of a rollout for a mixtape nobody gave a fuck about. So now
the big game James.
But in that moment, because Gipp is a sentient being, he realized that niggas like when Gipp talks.
Right.
So he came in that room. He looked at whoever the Walt was that was in that room, because it's not our Walt. Walt is part of the Rap Roundtable. Or Arch, whoever the fuck, and said, guess what, bro? I got some shit tonight. And because it's a symbiotic relationship of, I have a platform that needs clicks, and you like the clicks that your voice generates, let's work together. And I'm starting to believe that Gipp is basically becoming Skip Bayless of the rap. Anti-New York guy. New York is his
Gipp
LeBron.
Bayless, bro?
Yeah, Gipp Bayless.
Gipp Bayless.
He New York is
New York
LeBron.
is LeBron, yes.
Right? And then I had a reality check as well.
That's tough.
Because again, I always tell y'all, I you know, on a rare occasion, I might lie to y'all for fun just to upset y'all, and then eventually I'll tell you. In the rare times that I do lie, I'll come back around and tell y'all I was lying. Like, I can't say that I don't be telling you when I be lying.
He comes clean.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. So like fucking, I really go through these comments, bro, and I had a big moment. New York, we so self-absorbed, right? It's a very big city. What is it, 8 million people here? Something crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of people here. And New York is so vast, the 5 boroughs. Then you add in fucking Long Island and shit, add in Yonkers type shit. It's a vast city.
Yeah, it is.
There's way more Southerners than there are New Yorkers.
Oh, yeah.
The South is a massive region. It's not just Atlanta. There's some short-sighted New Yorkers that just think about the South when they think about like North Carolina, Atlanta,
South Carolina.
They don't even. A lot of niggas don't consider Miami the South because Miami is such a transplant city. That's the fucking South.
Florida's
You
the
dig what
South,
I'm saying?
bro.
The South outnumbers us New York niggas by a lot. So when we get mad that niggas agree with Gipp, it's not because they right. It's because there's more of them than there are of us. And they feel just as marginalized as Big Gipp. So when Gipp starts to talk and the loud and brash New York niggas is sticking their chest out, they have a hero in Gipp because there's more of them. That's why when you think about internet culture, if you go on the internet, black culture, back in our day, black culture is represented by New York culture. And if it wasn't New York, it was LA. But because of the internet, black culture is represented by the South. A lot of the black memes sound like some Southern shit. We don't really, and then when they do talk about New York, they kind of mocking New York. You know what I'm saying?
They mock this shit.
New York don't really control black culture anymore. The South does.
Thanks, gentrification.
You know what I'm saying? So when Big Gipp has such a big audience because the South has a voice and a vehicle to get their point across that they didn't have 25 years ago. And there's not enough of us to push back against that. Although the reality is, Cube was not fucking with Big. When I was a kid, when I was 11 years old, when I went to barbershops and grown men was in there was no conversation about Cube and Big. What are we talking about?
Never.
There was no conversation about Cube and Big 4 weeks ago.
Honestly.
You know what I mean?
Honestly.
What are we talking about?
Wicked.
But because there's more of them than there are of us, that conversation can be had. And where's the New York representatives? Outside of the Rap Roundtable, who waved the New York flag proudly, there needs to be more niggas speaking the fuck up. Put that New York arrogance to the side and put on, show niggas really got it in blood in New York City. The fuck you talking about?
That's my boy Yayo.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Yayo. But nevertheless, we got to move on. Mace, I'm coming to you with this one specifically. News broke in the middle of the week last week that Keefe D's home was raided by Las Vegas PD in connection to the murder of Tupac. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I this information, y'all, I never threw it in the chat. I never spoke on it. I'm just watching from afar. Because we about to roll the biggest pack in motherfucking 27 years, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Listen, Keefe D and you know, Art of Dialogue has a lot of shit from him, but it's really Vlad that gave him the original platform. So at the end of the day, Keefe D, if you don't know, was one of the people that was in the car when Pac got shot. You know, Keefe D, Orlando, Big Dre, and I forgot the last one. But those are the 3 main characters. And, you know, Keefe D for like the last 3 years has been going on an I Killed Tupac interview tour. Let's be honest, y'all. Like, me and my niggas killed Tupac tour. You know, let's be honest. And we all were like, because there were FBI documents. This shit get deep. Hit Cook, y'all.
Like, who is this guy? Where he come from? And why do we fucking keep acting like he's somebody that we need to fuck with? Get rid of this guy.
He's on his OJ shit.
Get rid of him, man.
Not saying that I did it, but if I did,
But if I did,
This is how I would have did it.
this is exactly how it would have happened. Come with me, Vlad. But it's like,
Let me walk you through step by step. We're in the truck.
Let me talk to you.
and it's
would've
been
used
high
this
key
one, right?
disrespectful because this is not a fake. You know what I mean? The FBI documents, y'all seen Greg Kading, y'all seen the LAPD. This is the dude. You know what I mean? So far, and honestly, people aren't 100% sure that he wasn't the one who pulled the trigger because Orlando. If you look at the FBI documents, Orlando wasn't on his side that Pac got shot. Orlando was like, if you was over here and I'm Keefe D, in the bag is Big Dre. So it's been speculation for years that Keefe D was actually the one that did kill Tupac. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's we can't be any happier, man. Just do. This is a murder that I don't think anybody ever thought would be solved
Okay.
on
Time out,
record.
wait. Time out,
Okay,
Mace.
man.
I'm sorry. Keefe D was in a truck with Pac, and they saying that it wasn't the driver. In fact, he popped him from inside the whip.
No, Keefe D
in
was
the other car.
with
In the
Orlando.
I just need to be clear.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
Keefe D is Orlando Anderson's big cousin.
Okay.
The nigga that got
Yes.
jumped by Pac and
Yes. So and he's kind of been
Why does he have a
living-
platform?
Bro, Art of Dialogue, DJ Vlad. Why are you giving the niggas who like? Why are you
Get rid
doing
of
this,
this
bro?
guy.
You know what I'm saying? We supposed to hate these niggas. You know, shitty
God.
cuz. You know what I mean? Like
God.
motherfucking Lil Tim. We hate y'all niggas, bro. Like, like so. It's like at the end of the day, we gonna see how it plays out. But it's poetic justice for you to be popping shit all these years and basically dancing on Pac's grave, and for this shit to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? So
Full on
shouts to
rage, bro.
Reggie Wright, because Reggie Wright said this like 2 weeks ago that he heard LAPD was about to do this. These
Full
dudes
on
gossip
rage,
heavy,
bro.
man. These dudes gossip a lot, you know? But listen,
come out
man,
with your hands up, nigga.
I'm-
full
I'm
on
no-
rage, bro.
I'm no
Full on
officer,
rage,
but
dog.
I'm gonna get like
Wow,
Daniel
bro.
Hernandez
That's
and
crazy,
say,
bro.
officer, he did it, man. You need somebody on a jury duty?
And then
I'm
he
free.
had the nerve to get mad at Art during an interview where he felt like I was asking too many questions. He being Keefe D. Nigga, your only purpose to be on this platform is to talk about whether you killed Pac or not. So of course
Right.
you're gonna ask the questions, nigga. Like, yo, this is what I hate about, again, like not being self-righteous, but we love rap. We love talking about rap. If you notice, if you really, the day you want to watch the show, notice that we stay away from certain topics because it's a little too messy.
Right.
Every now and again, the chatty boys will pop out when it's a good enough topic for niggas to really delve into. But shit like this, I'm going on a platform. We'll never have something like, I shot Pop Smoke. We're never gonna have Pop Smoke shooter on the rap round table because who does that benefit?
Sounds crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like with this, y'all niggas is support, especially some of y'all who watch this shit. Y'all are supporting culture vulture. Even if Art is black, he's a vulture to me. Because how is he uplifting anything? What the fuck is this for?
Oh.
Nasty word.
How can you claim to be a Pac stan and be laughing with the nigga that say he murdered Pac? Like, this weirdo shit, bro.
That's a crazy position, man. You try to be the man, claim the body, or claim the body, go get locked up. So it's a
Man,
weird
man.
position to be in, bro.
Is there a
That
dumber
clout is-
nigga? I
That
don't know.
clout is a motherfucker, man.
And then, like, I was watching a clip of one of the interviews. Like, QBD was really on some, like, you know, like, I accept my fate. Like, you know, if I get sent to jail for the rest of my life, then that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Might be the case.
You went on a podcast that basically said you did it. You should be in jail.
Right.
You be the same old niggas talking about young niggas snitching on themselves on the internet. Meanwhile,
Facts.
you on the internet snitching on yourself.
Beyonce's internet.
Y'all niggas go broke and start talking to Vlad, man. And that's the only bad thing about
Yo,
this.
That I hate to admit, but that is a trend.
No disrespect, Boozy.
That's the
Oh,
no
yeah, yo.
disrespect. Shout to Boosie
Oh
Boo.
yeah, yo.
But
Love
that's
y'all
the
niggas.
only corny thing is that Vlad is going to say, because Vlad has even said to his guests, like, because you know Vlad love talking about his other interviews to his current guests,
course.
like who gives a goddamn. We ain't as Def Soldier about Ox Omni. Like, come on now, it's bad interviewing, bro. But like he basically says to his guests, like, oh, I solved the Tupac murder. So if Keefe D gets locked up,
Yo.
Vlad is gonna go on an award tour like I solved the Tupac murder, and I might have to cancel all my internet, bro.
Vlad.
Like, who is this guy? Where'd he come from? And why do we fucking keep acting like he's somebody that we need to fuck with? Get rid of this guy.
What is he adding to the culture?
Nothing, man.
Nathan.
Inmates.
All right, let's move on.
Real shit.
Let's move on. In the past week, we had Ja Rule on the Math Hopper podcast, My Expert Opinion, a show that we love here at the Rap Roundtable because this show constantly provides content for our podcast. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Math. Math doing it the pure way. Math really don't delve too much into the street shit. Outside of whatever happened that time with China Mac and whoever you interview, he interviewed Troy Ave, shit got weird for a second. Yeah. But even within that, I understood Math's angle because his mans was part of that. You know what I mean? So he felt like he had something to say as far as that goes. But Ja Rule's on there talking about 50 Cent, answering the questions about the beef. Then Dame Dash coming off the heels of the Book of Hove. Or some rando podcast with not many subscribers. They probably got some subs now based on the view count.
Yeah, of course.
But
That was weird.
He goes on this podcast and he's talking about Jay was mad about Aaliyah and Ether wasn't this and that. Then I saw a tweet. I forgot the person who tweeted it, but I want to find that tweet so I can give them their credit. But they were saying that Ja and Dame Dash, if they're going to continue to do interviews, need to stop talking about 50 and Hove, respectively. So I felt like the Rap Roundtable was kind of obligated to give their perspectives on if we need to or want to hear from Ja and Dame if it's about 50 and Hove. Sin, what do you think?
No.
Okay.
No, it's you've been there and done that hundreds of times over. I can't even count the number of times that like a clip has showed up on my Twitter feed, on my Instagram feed, or I go on YouTube and now these motherfuckers is on another podcast doing another interview talking about the same shit all the time. And the platforms keep asking them about the same shit like there's nothing else to talk about. Look, I understand the game. Again, play the game, sure. But at a certain point, it's like how much more information is there to give about either of these circumstances? Like Dame has already, time and time again, given off this, apologies, not to be, disrespectful.
Cook
but
his
like,
ass, man.
He comes off as a jilted lover, bro. Like, shouts to Deanie. I'm taking a ball off from my brother here. But he's giving off scorned lover energy, like, you know what I mean? Like it was a bad breakup way back in the day that like he just couldn't never get over. The Ja Rule thing, I watched the clip. I mean, it didn't come off as awkward or cringy as the Dame thing. But still in all, it's just like enough is enough. Like enough with these topics. Like there's got to be something else for these guys to talk about. Or maybe there's not. And if there's not, then just let them live and stop bringing them on for interviews.
Deanie, talk to me, bro.
I low-key feel bad for them dudes. And not through the sake of finances, because they're both like really well off. So that's not what I'm talking about in the sense of
I don't know about Dame.
Dame ain't, I think, doing better than me. That's all I'm fucking know. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about more in the sense of like, them niggas are kind of like relegated to talk about them niggas, bro. Like if the interview is not gonna have any J questions, niggas either most likely won't want to watch it or most likely even talk to the man. Like almost aside from Ja Rule getting hurt, every time his name has been brought up, it's been for some concert flop, an injury, or 50 Cent, bro. There's literally nothing positive, bro. So it's almost like it's not even just that they can't stop talking about these guys. I think almost without talking about these guys, there pretty much are no interviews. So I kind of feel bad for them in that sense. That sucks, bro.
That's on them, man. They gotta
sucks, bro.
Like
it's a hard life to live.
Fucking discover some new endeavors, man. Like imagine today still interviewing Nas or Jay-Z about each other.
I mean, what year are we?
You know
in 2023. This 50 shit been going on since what? 2000 fucking.
The same time.
That's what I'm saying. So it's, if you don't think Ja Rule has found some new ventures since then, bro, you know what I'm saying? The last 20 years, nigga just don't care. If you ain't talking about 50, we don't care. It might be like that. It might be just dry for niggas, bro.
And that's the sad thing, right? Because Ja Rule and Dame Dash,
Accomplished
I got
niggas.
into rap. I'll say I was a rap fan by 2001, right? And if there were 10 names in hip hop that were biggest, both Ja and Dame was in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of sad to see him relegated to Keefe D status. You know what I'm saying? Like, we only interviewing you about this shit.
Bro.
If not, get the fuck on. You know, Ja, you're not gonna convince us that you actually didn't lose to 50. That's never gonna happen, bro. Like, you know, we don't give a fuck about the feds, my nigga. We don't give a fuck that Busta Rhymes dissed you that one time. We was there in real time. I remember you on 106 in Park and niggas was chanting G-Unit when your song used to play, bro. Like, the shit was ugly and dirty, Ja. Like, I'm sorry, man. And that Fire Fest didn't help, my nigga. But in Dame, my nigga, like, you sound crazy. Like at the end of the day, you speaking about your team. You know what I mean? So take out of the fact whether you believe like he was right or not. Do you think Jungle would say Takeover was hot? You know what I'm saying? Like, you was on this side when it happened, bro. So if the bullets was flying, they was hitting you too. I'm happy he mentioned me. Dame Daddy or Dame Dummy. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Dame? And honestly, if I even want to explore...
What the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's how deep the turmoil
Hold on,
goes,
wait a second.
man.
Oh, God. That's a goddamn soapbox I'm standing on. You talking about a 20-year-old woman and how you and your man was fighting over a 20. She died when she was 22, bro. Me and my mans, he wanted her, but I had her. She was underage. She couldn't drink. She just wanted a nigga to buy her a drink legally, bro. Like, Dame, you about to go out just like
bro.
Irv Gotti with
That's
this
crazy,
fucking
bro.
Ashanti shit, and niggas ain't never gonna want to hear from you again. And by the people who you doing interviews with, it seems like niggas already don't want to ever hear from you again, bro. So I'm tired of both these niggas, bro. I'm gonna be honest, man.
Yo, we gotta get the Swiss Beats. God damn it, drop. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get that, bro. We need that.
I need that Rome Streets. These niggas is washed. You know what I mean? I need that one. But it's tough. It's tough. I'm gonna go to Dame Dash first. Because I've seen plenty of interviews where Dame, arrogance and all, would say, I'm not here to talk about other men.
Oh, I remember
He
that.
loves that line. I'm not talking about other men. I'm not talking about this other man over here.
That's Chatty Patty shit.
But when Sean Carter comes up, he is ready to talk about that other man 10 times out of 10. Unless he doesn't respect you. Now, I do know, I've noticed on Instagram, again, Jaw peruses the internet. So let me take y'all on the trip real quick. If you go on your Instagram and your algorithm is hip-hop heavy, you might have already noticed that there's sponsored posts on Instagram with Dame Dash selling products.
Oh, shit.
So Dame, I don't know.
What?
Oh, you didn't see that?
Nah.
Dame's always in hustle. Dame's always selling something. He's always in hustle mode,
I'm gonna
bro.
come clean. I saw
Thank
it.
you to the algorithms for keeping that away from
I
our
saw it
timeline.
and I scrolled past because I didn't care.
What
But
is he selling?
I scrolled past. I didn't care.
John said I don't need any motor oil.
Word. it was something involved. I think because he has another one. He has
Air
a movie.
Force One cleaners?
He has a movie coming out.
Let's go.
I know he has some random product. I forgot what it was, but it might be athletic based or something for another one of his businesses. Long story, less long. So now you got these sponsored posters, multiple of them, mind you. It's not just one. He has a new CEO kicks that's coming out. A few weeks ago, he was on Mash Podcast, My Expert Opinion. Now you on this rando podcast talking about Jay-Z. You the first thing to always say, I'm not talking about another man. But when it benefits you, to Sin's point, you play the game. You know what I mean? You hear talking about Jay. And the more I learn about Jay-Z, because again, when I was younger, I just listened to the music. I don't, even still, like, Sean Carter's not my man's. I'm not going to be sitting with him and Tata and Emery somewhere. I don't know this. I don't know this, right? I don't know this nigga.
Maybe one day.
Right? Maybe. Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
Brunch.
But the stories come out and there's been talk and facts supported that he's a shiesty nigga. There's certain things Jay has done that I know I can't condone. Even how Rockefeller's broken up, I might not be able to condone that, right? He played a role in that. But to me, when it comes to Dame Dash is a person that once you get to a certain point in business, everybody can't go. Word to Benny. Dame is hard to bring in certain rooms. Because there's certain rooms that you got to go into where I might not agree with what Sin has to say, but Deanie's making a good point, but Sin is Deanie's man's. So I can't argue with Sin because then the whole deal goes to shit. Dame is gonna argue with Sin,
right?
Call him a fucking cornball, tell him we don't need this fucking clown. You're gonna get turned off and money's gonna be lost.
And your outfit is trash.
Yes.
You a poop putt.
The reason why Dame is not part of the rock business has nothing to do with Jay-Z being shiesty. At a certain point, since Jay loves the mafia so much and Godfather, whatever, sometimes guys get whacked because they get in the way of money. Not because they're bad guys, but because their temperament gets in the way of them making more bread. Dame's temperament got in the way of them making more money. So when the Leors and the Kevin Lyles of the world say, you know, we'd rather talk to you, maybe Jay did get used. Maybe Jay was a puppet. Because they realized that we can't talk to Dame, but we can talk to Hove. And Hove is very eager to become more than just a rapper. So let's cut Dame out the way. And Jay was complicit in cutting Dame out the way because Dame was bad money. If Dame was good money, there's no me without Dame. That would have been the conversation.
Right.
But Dame, we see the footage. He became bad money.
My artist.
And his ego to this day, 20 plus years later, can't handle the fact that Jay-Z decided, the person that in Dame's mind he made, decided that he was no longer good money. For all the fans of hip hop, if Biggs is still repping rock, he's at these events. I don't know if he's Rock Nation affiliated, but if there's a big event involves Jay-Z, Biggs is right there.
Yeah, he's around.
If you go on all these Philly niggas posts, when there's a big rap event, you know what chain come out? That rock chain. The only nigga who don't wear that rock chain is Beans because it's real personal with him and Hov.
Right.
And I hope that one day they can make amends. But all the other Philly niggas who are still active pull out their Rockefeller chain, right? Yeah. So obviously, Dame was no longer good money. Kanye chose Hov when Dame signed him. What does that tell? Niggas love this. They love that argument. Fuck, Mike D, when we had the debate, said, well, Dame signed Kanye, but Kanye chose Hov.
To Jay, yeah.
What does that tell you, bro?
Even Cam and Jim are chilling or are talking finally.
Jim Jones is Rock Nation, nigga.
Yeah, man.
Joel Santana didn't go to Dame Dash Music Group. He stayed at Def Jam.
Yeah,
Hov.
Jay and Dame are like two pieces of the same pie. Imagine them together. That wouldn't have worked.
That shit is sad to see because there was a certain hip hop elegance that was around when them two were like together.
And that's the thing.
Beautiful, man.
Dame, when he wasn't being himself at the highest levels, was Jay-Z's quality control guy. Because I've said it on this pod, Jay-Z's music suffers for not having Dame around. Because Dame's ear and the element and the energy, the swag, the bravado that is Jay-Z, I believe comes from Dame. I believe that 110%.
Big Harlem.
Think about how the music, the sonics of everything about Jay-Z changed right after Black Album. That's not a mistake. Dame's not in the room. But Dame does talk about, he wasn't there for Super Ugly. I believe him.
Yeah.
Because Super Ugly because Dame is so arrogant that he would never let another man talk about another man fucking his bitch on wax. He wouldn't let it happen. Yeah. Dame was in the room for Blueprint 2. If you put Blueprint 2 out before Super Ugly, the lexicon of this whole battle changes. Jay probably still loses, but he don't come off as a sucker talking about the nigga baby moms and then apologizing.
Yeah, right.
You can't say you skeeted in the Jeep, left condoms as a baby seat, and then say sorry, nigga. You gotta stand on that, bro.
That's different.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, gang.
So I can understand Dame's perspective, but once you become bad money, you gotta go. It is what it is. Stop talking about this nigga, because you are a jilted lover. Do you hear Hov talking about Dame in any interview?
Never.
It might be a loose bar here or there. When he got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he thanked him, did he not?
He did.
Yeah.
Gotta give respect where it's due.
He didn't say Dame was all in his feelings how he talked about Beans. He saluted Dame.
True.
Dame, take a page out of Jay-Z's book. Stop using Hov to sell shit. Stop talking, we both wanted Aaliyah and I got her. Really, bro? Let Aaliyah rest in peace.
20 years ago, my nigga.
Maybe one day, hopefully, they can resolve
you
this
and
shit.
Jay were 30 and she was 20.
Aaliyah did wear Jay-Z's rock chain first. That happened.
Mom.
I mean, when I met Aaliyah, she was with Dame.
We all did.
Yeah.
You dig? But
Beautiful young lady.
you literally met her because you
Literally,
was on the street team. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's nasty work. Oh man, you got grays in your bed.
Yo,
Like,
married, bro.
It's that contingent of hip hop, man, where it's like he's the rapper, now he's the financial nigga. I gotta have something over this nigga, man. I gotta have something to brag and boast about.
It's almost giving Irv Gotti energy, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
I'm the one who
you won't get Irved, bro. Like,
but notice the position that Irv and Dame are in, because when they got to that certain position in hip hop, they got too fucking loud,
too cocky, man,
too loud. And sorry, Walt, the white people, when you get too loud in rich rooms, they get you out of there.
Yeah. Slow down, buddy.
See, y'all be doing. I'm
you the
activist.
NBA
Low key.
Jav been in them rooms, man. He knows.
When you get too loud, they move you out the way, bro. That's the reality. When it comes to Ja Rule, I almost feel bad for the nigga. You know what I mean?
My heart really goes out to the nigga, bro. It's
because sad. 50 got him out the way, and 50 took his whole shit.
Oh, that's not different.
He
knocked you out the way and took your whole shtick.
Make a wish, Ja. Copy.
Bro, he really just took the ball and
ran with it, dog.
Went home.
And it's like, I'm gonna ask him this question because I feel like he's the best person to answer it. Ja, when he talks his interviews, and with Irv when he talks his interviews, they always lump him in with X and Hove. To me, Ja's chipping his shoulders because he knows that even though 50 got him out the way and he was moving big units and more units than X and Hove at certain points, nobody in hip-hop ever took him seriously. So do you cringe when he puts himself in them conversations the way I cringe? Because like, you were never there. You sold units, but we know why you sold them.
Right. It's weird because I mean we all know of the plans for the original Murder Inc.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, with J, X, and Ja, and they made a good team. You know what I mean, when they were spinning that gutter shit, but like at a certain point, Ja just said, I mean, look, maybe Ja was too ahead of his time, like because Drake is basically the new age Ja. A lot of people will say Drake is the new age Jay-Z. Nah, he's the new age Ja. Like he singing and crooning and shit like that. But like the audience just wasn't ready for it.
Your OVO stripes for that one.
You know what I mean? That's fine. We'll take all of them.
I mean, you could say Ja was kind of responsible for Max B.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at a certain point, he said, nah, this is my lane. This is all I'm gonna do. I mean, he as a spitter, he was okay. Like his delivery was good, but we never looked for him as somebody that spits dope metaphors or drops jewels or give us like, the crazy visuals or give us that like crazy raw energy that X would give us or that J would give us. You know what I mean? He never, lyrically, he never ascended to that level. So that was tough. So that was his only viable lane is to go the lane that he went. You know what I mean? And maybe
the original Flow Rider?
Yeah. I'm not going to put that on him. But
I'm real.
There's some parallels there. There's some parallels there. But I think maybe he's coming to the realization. Him coming to the realization that like that was his only viable lane, and he was never going to be seen in the same vein as a Hove or X. You know what I mean? It does something to a man's ego. You know what I mean?
I feel like he won but took mad L's. The culture didn't take him seriously as a rapidy rap nigga. Then we got tired of him as a singing ass nigga. And then we championed 50, who's also a singing ass nigga that got him out the way.
The singing thug.
But I'll say this, I don't think he needs to answer these questions. If I'm Ja Rule at this point, like, why are you even on the pod? It's Ja Rule. To me, when certain rappers go on the podcast, what are you selling? Do you have a tour? Do you have
shows?
Then don't answer any 50 Cent questions.
I'm gonna be honest. At this point, the beef and the spectacular loss to 50 is keeping him alive as much as anything. To be honest, because 50 is still relevant. If 50 was irrelevant, then maybe it would be like, whatever. But I'll be honest, like 50 being the artist that he became makes it be like, okay, we'll ask his biggest op about him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. If Ja Rule just fell off like a Nelly, we're not interviewing Nelly, are we? We're not interviewing Ludacris, are we? Like his beef with 50 Cent
50
is
still
his claim to fame as much as anything at this point.
It's not like 50's like he's off the radar and 50 just let him rock. Every chance 50 get.
If you cook the nigga like that, when you cook him, bro.
Fuck 50. Instead of saying, I'm still here, 10 toes.
He took my shit.
Adversity, I survived it. Fuck
Nah,
that.
but
Just
that-
say
I
fuck
mean-
this. Fuck Curtis.
We didn't think
Just
he was gonna
say it.
kill you,
But
my
there,
nigga.
I mean, but there's some to that. You know what I mean? Like the common theme is, you know, they all these figures that are being interviewed, they need an op to
Right.
talk about. Dame has Jay as his op. Ja Rule has 50 as his op. Gipp apparently has the whole New York as his
whole
op.
East Coast.
Right.
You know what
bro.
I mean? Like, there's some people that just need an op, or else they have nothing to talk about
Oh, so they're playing the game.
in the game.
Heard it.
Getting Oppie outside.
Now, we've got to our point because Walt has to go home.
Yes, sir.
Where, you know, people have things to say to us.
Oh man.
We've been outside a lot more frequently with the new content. Again, it was Magic 2 week. So the rap round table came outside, stream sniping it all. We were outside.
We see you guys.
Nah,
So
I'm
this,
moving this.
so this is, we in the paint. You can't get us out that paint.
Can't
boy.
move us. We 8 feet tall.
You hear that,
Slow
Chris
it down.
Dudley?
We hug the block like we 8 feet tall. That's why the streets embrace me, dog. I'm so cool.
Size 15s in the paint.
You dig?
I knew they were Hovengers.
Damn it! I knew it. God damn it! So in Magic 2 week, we had a lot of super chats. So this mailbag, my favorite segment, is a super chat edition of the mailbag. Starting off with Mel, $20 super chat. He says,
That's you.
sorry for the early super chat, but damn it, Nas is wilding out here.
Don't ever apologize for any
Hell
situation.
no.
Early, late, in the middle.
Thank you, in fact.
all the time.
Everyone else should apologize for no super chats. Okay?
How about that? How about that? So he says at this point his catalog is unmatched. And this is a classic album. He's talking about Magic 2. KD1 was cool, then every album, and then cool, then every, woo, wow. KD1 was cool, comma, then every album got better after that. He's like Popeye on spinach. Sincere, this is yours.
I agree with you up until KD3. Like I said earlier in the show, and again, this is no knock. It's just how I see it, based on how I heard it and how I received it, or if applicable. Yeah, no, Magic 2 is not a classic. I'm not gonna call it a classic. It's a good album. Maybe after a few more spins, the more I sit with it, maybe it might grow to be a great album, but I don't see it growing into a classic for me. Right?
Okay.
KD3,
The pinnacle.
Creme de la creme,
Magic
bro.
2, right? KD3, Magic 2.
It's okay.
and that's perfectly fine.
Dame 252 says, all good things eventually come to an end. ... Mid. Full stop.
Damn.
Mace.
Nah, you taking it too far, Dame. Like,
You gone big,
Man.
you gone too far.
and that's what we went over. Like, it seemed like y'all are all rushing to come to an end. Like, goddamn, like we throwing the funerals for this shit. Nah, Dame, like, it's not mid. Good is not mid. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, good is not mid. Everything don't have to be a classic or trash, my nigga. Like, I think, our homie Joe Budden said this, right? Everything don't have to be. Think about the gray area. You know, guys? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Let me get that thing in it. Where's my thing? You know what I mean? So, Charles Manning, $10 super chat says, when you put this album on shuffle with the rest of the albums, it will sound even more amazing. Dini, your thoughts?
No. Appreciate that $10 though. No. In the scope with the rest of the joints? No. Like, some of those albums are almost flawless, bro.
Wow, bro.
KD 1 through
That's
3?
crazy.
I mean, you're talking to the man that said all of them were classics.
All four.
Okay.
That's crazy.
One guaranteed classic, one heading towards classic, and 2 exceptional albums, bro.
Holy
Nah, but in all seriousness,
we can't make this shit up.
you know what I mean? Like, you think of songs like Done, think of
Quincy.
songs like Michael and Quincy,
Reminisce.
Speechless, Reminisce,
Right.
Spicy.
The Cure. I Love Nobody with Lauryn Hill.
40 building.
Again, there's some really good song. My favorite song is probably what's the name of this shit again?
Motion.
Slow It Down.
He don't like motion like that. We
I don't
like
know.
motion.
Great
Motion's
record.
that shit.
Great record,
boy.
Motion.
Yeah, motion's cool. Slow It Down is probably my favorite record, but even at that, it's not at the level of Done or Speechless or something like that. I mean, there's no moment like that.
The highs are higher on the other album.
Yes.
All right, so Dini, you tripping because when we did the King's Disease fantasy draft, you went out there and you picked all the vibey joints. Then you said this album is a vibey album. Now you're saying that it's not gonna fit
don't
in
look
the
at me
fucking
like that.
shuffle. So now,
Don't look at me like
wait,
that.
no,
Okay.
don't say nothing. Now, Dini,
Talk to me.
The fuck are you talking about?
Well, okay.
The fuck are you talking about?
because you said it was a vibey album. You had the vibey playlist. You said you want KD4 to be a vibey album. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, goddamn it, John, there's levels of vibiness we're willing to walk into. You know what I'm saying?
all right.
It's a different level of vibiness.
Miss LB and Adrielle was calling you out. You know, those is
shout out to
part
y'all.
of
I
the
fuck with
team.
y'all
Like,
a long way. But I'm telling you, there's different levels, bro. There's like all right.
they said, how much vibes do you
the
want,
nice
nigga?
there's a nice looking joint. There's the super bad joint. They both nice, right? But one is super bad. It's
Not
the
getting
same
canceled.
thing. It's not cancellation. It's not cancellation, bro. It just they're good records, bro. But they're great records on the other albums, bro. Good to great, my nigga.
I want problems always.
They're good.
Dini, you all over.
They're good. They're not great. They're
Mike
good.
H with a $5 super chat says, first listen good, not great. Shout out to you for using our criteria from previous episodes. Mike H is a day one as well. Abracadabra and Office Hours are two of the best in the series. Gotta spin it a few more times. Okay, Mike H. I don't know if Abracadabra and Office Hours are two of the best in the series because Abracadabra is really good. But if you're saying two of the best,
That's recency bias, bro.
Speechless.
Come on.
Building 4016.
One of the verses.
One of the best would have to be this.
4016.
They released about 30,
Raised.
60
Come on.
tracks, right?
Bro, don't get me wrong. I love the record too, but the 50 verse is mid.
There
That's
you go.
gotta count for something.
It can't be one of the best if we got 8 bars of mid and then talking and confused talking. Like, what did you think you were doing there, Curtis? I'm confused.
We rich. We going out to
Are
the
we
club.
outside?
Jungle, we jungle that. You know what I mean?
50 is
come on,
Canaan
Fifth.
until further notice.
You know what I mean?
Fifth must have been off that brand.
Nah, I really feel like a lot of people are suffering from recency bias right now, in the moment. Right, let it sit for a while.
But he led off good, but not great. Because again, it was good, great, classic.
Right.
The first 4 were either great or classic. I'd say this is the first one that's good.
Good.
Now, 6 months from now, we listen to it a few times. It could ascend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we'll revisit it. But right now, it's good. Last but not least, Jermaine L. Johnson, Super Chat, the current Super Chat MVP. Adriel, he taking your spot.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
He says, and this is the guy who said that Nas is on his 3rd prime, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I wasn't blown away on the first listen, but I started loving it by my 3rd spin. I'm on my 5th spin now, and for some reason, I can't stop going to slow it down. Sim will close it out with you.
Slow It Down is my favorite joint on the album. Yeah, salute to you. You see it.
This guy,
You see it.
You
Get out of here.
see it. Who's this guy? You know what I mean? Where's Jamar at, bro? Fuck this guy. You know what I mean?
Get rid of
You
this
see
guy.
it. Motion, nigga.
Motion.
And
Nah,
also,
drop
it's
that
just-
video.
That's the
Hold
joint.
on. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
I love when Nas gets heavy in that. That's one thing. I say Nas does reminiscent better than most rappers. When he starts talking about the niggas that he
Right.
met, even the Nipsey shit, how he broke that down and the connection to Steve Stout. I'm like, this guy, like, I love it. Because I'm a nostalgia junkie. So when Nas
recollection.
getting that shit is real ill to me. But anyway, we are now uptown.
Yeah.
We snatched Walt's phone and told his girlfriend he's not coming home tonight.
Give
You know
him
what I'm
time.
saying? He's outside.
We at the
He's gonna
titty
be
bar.
with a couple of fly Latinas. They think he's cool. He's with us tonight, Mrs. Walt.
Smoking
That's
hookah,
Reco.
You feel
Got
me?
the hookah. Dini got the spliff.
sipping some Heinekens.
Sipping some
Coronas.
Heinekens.
At
Judas
Cuchi
shows up
Fritos.
and he's drunk. He bumps into Dini, knocks his spliff out, and the spliff lands in Sincere's garden with all his
man.
roses. So Sin has to tell Judas and all the other haters too.
All right. This one's a 2-parter. For one, and we already talked about this, but I just have to make sure to mention it in this Get Off My Lawn segment as well, because it deserves it. Big Gipp, the Gipper.
Get off my lawn.
You got to get off my lawn, but not just you. As we talked about it, and as we, as the conversation grew, we started realizing that, like, yeah, there's a lot of people that are just being interviewed just for the purpose of talking about their ops and talking about their enemies and, like, all those negative, relationships that they're still harboring negative energy over. All of that has to get off my lawn, bro. And if you're a platform that is strictly thriving off of that, just the negative energy and the oppiness of everything, you got to get off my lawn too.
Get off my lawn.
Come on, man. There's so much more that we could be talking about than rehashing shit from 20, 25 years ago about how, this man didn't like this man and they had beef and whatever, and unpacking all of that. That's been unpacked to death. Leave it alone. Move on. Right?
Get off my lawn.
The other person that has to get off my lawn, and this is just, this is a person that's perpetually on my lawn, and I have to keep him off every other month, every other week. Is Drake, man. Bro.
The nail polish?
No, well, there's a few things, man. Like, and the nail polish is the least of it. Like,
That says a lot.
that's the least of it. The man is on this podcast with this young 25-year-old white girl, like laying in bed with her with mics, sipping like fucking coolies and shit out of a wine glass, like holding his pinky up and
You didn't see that shit, Dean?
I did. That's why
Bro,
it's so
and-
funny.
And the shit is so cringy, because I guess the
Awkward
point
as fuck.
the point of the podcast, I think, is to create these awkward moments. But it's just like, you do that on one day, and then you spin around, and the next time I see you is you're sidled up next to Sexy Red, Miss what is it?
Pound Town.
Town herself. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you're like, this is such a calculated move. Like, you're next to like the whitest, sorry Walter, but the whitest white girl that's popular right now on the internet, and then you spin back around, and like the next couple days you're next to like the hoodest of the hood, and it's like, bro, like,
Bodo.
You gotta hit those demographics, bro.
but it all comes off as so vulture to me. Like this
Drake,
man,
though.
this man doesn't have a core. He doesn't have his own identity. He's just like a fucking chameleon that just sidles up
I was
next
gonna
to
say something that was gonna get me
whoever-
canceled, but I'm not gonna say
whoever
it.
and whatever's hot in any lane. It's just like, it like literally makes me sick every time I see it, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this guy. Get the fuck off my lawn, man. You with your, if you watch Secret Invasion, he reminds me of a Skrull, man. He just like shapeshifts to whoever he's around, bro. Like, nah, get that nigga off my lawn, bro. Fuck out of
Get
here.
off my lawn.
If
It's
you
annoying to me.
if you
bro.
out here perpetuating black violence,
Get off my lawn.
if you're perpetuating black violence for the means of clicks and revenue sharing,
Get off my lawn.
if you celebrating regional bias while calling yourself unbiased, whoa.
Get off my lawn.
You know what I mean? And if you feel like celebrating ops, but then yelling RIP and trying to be a good person is the right thing to be, you're a hypocrite.
Get off my lawn.
And Drake, your album is coming soon. We get it. So
Get off my lawn.
we get it. I get it. Sin doesn't get it.
I mean,
Drake's
I get
playing the
but,
game.
You
like,
feel me?
legitimizing Sexy Red's garbage, like, come
Pound Town.
Us at
No.
OVO, we call him
Pound.
Aubrey the Balance, you know?
You know what I mean? Listen, like I said
He's playing
on the
the game. I
reaction,
get it. It's just-
when the rapping and the rapidy rap shit starts to elevate and it controls the conversation, the powers that be throw some bullshit in the way. It's like you play Mario Kart, they got throw that little banana
Banana.
peel out there just to throw you off a little bit. That's Pound Town. That's what it's there for. Okay? Real quick on a serious note. We didn't address it at the top of the episode because we came in happy. We didn't want to kill the vibe, but it has to be said, right? Gilly the Kid lost his son, Young Cheese, to a shooting in Philadelphia. You hate to see shit like that, especially Gilly, as he's become a prominent voice in the space. You lose your son. You can't even grieve in private. Like you grieving for the whole public to see. Rest in peace to Young Cheese.
Rest in peace, man.
We send our condolences to Gilly Wallow and the whole family over there because this is a tough time. Like as much as we talk about whatever we talk about here on a human level, he has to come back to pod at a certain point. But it's like, how can you properly grieve when you got to be in people's faces 24/7?
It's tough, man.
I couldn't. If I was me, I couldn't come back to the rap round table.
Condolences to him and the family, though. Shit is just nasty. He just had a video talking about all the heinous shit that's going on in Philly too. Just spoke on the bullshit like, yo, you need to stop that bullshit.
Oh man.
And this is what happens, man. It's disgusting out here, man. R.I.P. to the family.
And to the people out there,
YNG Cheese.
The
Rest in
fucking
peace, man.
the tinfoil nigga saying that he sacrificed his son for the Illuminati. Come on,
I hate you niggas, man. I really hate you niggas, bro. You don't never see a nigga with money saying that shit. You be broke.
That shit's wild, bro.
Even if it is the case, let Gilly grieve. Huh? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm tired of when people that look like us get a certain level of success, it has to be them.
Yeah.
It don't be nobody else. I don't hear fucking Messi playing for Miami Football Club with any Illuminati ties, and he's getting a $250 million to play soccer, nigga.
Different.
Anyway, Dini, take us home.
Yo, y'all know what the fuck it is, man. Rap Roundtable merch, man. Roundtable merch. You see what's going on here. Tap in with the gang, man. Get your hats, man.
Wear the emblem. Be part of the society that is the Rap Roundtable.
You dig? It's a secret society. All we ask is trust, man. Salute to Denona Rosa. We on the way.
Sir.
Thank y'all for rocking with us, man. All the new subs, all the old subs. Everybody rocking with us. We appreciate we don't take nothing for granted. We fuck with y'all. We gonna keep cooking, keep giving y'all that fire.
Absolutely.
Salute to Walt, super engineer Walt. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfucking man.
Can't do it without you. Salute to Macito, voice of the young people, mouthpiece for hustlers. He's back, motherfuckers. You hear the production? Jump in.
Also, can we celebrate the fact that I made it through a whole episode without one single pause? Hey.
Yo, honestly,
Dionel, that was dirty,
keep
bro.
Keep it a buck. When you said he comes clean, referring to Job, I was gonna pause it.
Yeah,
but I wanted to let you.
J. Rue.
That was safe.
Shouts to J. Rue. So
he said he comes clean. I'm like, I'm gonna let
That
him.
just mean the next pause is sending to be
Egregious.
epic, bro. Like,
Yo, or if it happens in here, cut his mic off.
Straight mute him. Salute to Sincere, man. The pauses might be there, but the production is definitely there.
Super
Legendary
producer.
shit.
Yes,
Tap
sir.
in with that man. You know what it is. The technician. The alley-oops always in the air right. Salute to the point guard Jarvie, man. I'm Dini, the balance of the force. With our powers combined, man, we the Rap Roundtable. We fucking out of here.
Sir.
You dig? Boom. Love y'all.
you need.
Shout out to the young fellas.
Salute.
Shout out to Ease. Shout out to the Fresh Out Podcast. Shout out to everybody in the Rap Roundtable's orbit who shows love. Death Soldier, Ox Army, all you guys who pulled up to the pod.
Death.
OG Reeks, all of y'all. Shout out to everybody.
Sir.
Walkers.
Rim, we need you up here, nigga.
Yes, sir.
Shout outs to us. We doing it.
Fact.
Yeah.
Work it.